3, 2, 1, what's happening everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Dan Stephen here for another reaction. This reaction, we're going to be doing some pitch meeting, The Rings of Power.
Did you watch the show, yeah?
I got 3 episodes in, what about you?
I finished it, I enjoyed it.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay, I've heard only bad things.
Yeah, but you know, I'm trying to be more positive, so...
But I thought that was only towards Star Wars.
No, in general.
In life?
General, yeah, in life, yeah.
So,
I did enjoy it.
Well, watch this and you...
I think it leaves itself open for something like this. Like, I think you could pick holes in it. But
did you enjoy it as much as you wanted to? Like, we were quite excited for it.
I think, say if there was a new show that came out that wasn't called Lord of the Rings or Rings of Power, and I didn't know what it was attached to, I'd be like, that wasn't bad. Yeah. But because it was Lord of the Rings, it didn't kind of hit the high note of what
Lord of the Rings, yeah. And it also came out the exact same time and the exact same week as the House of Dragon.
Which was very, very good.
And it's very similar in terms of fantasy. You know what I mean? So, and that was amazing.
Yeah.
So I was watching both at the same time, and one definitely...
You couldn't. It was hard not to compare them.
Yeah. I always told myself I was going to go back and watch this, but once I saw this pitch meeting, I kind of want to watch this now.
Okay, sweet.
So give it a go, see how it goes.
Yes, sir, I do. I was thinking we make a Lord of the Rings show. That's a recognizable name. It sure is, sir. So all we have to do is spend a bunch of money on the rights, and it's a guaranteed hit. And also make a good show that people will like, presumably. I mean, yeah, no. We'll see how it goes. Amazing. So what happens in this thing? Well, it's gonna take place like thousands of years before the Lord of the Rings trilogy, right? And we're gonna follow Galadriel. Is that how people are gonna pronounce things the whole time? Numenor. It's pretty distracting. Morgoth. Sauron. Oh, please stop. Please stop that. Sorry. So anyway, Galadriel's brother was killed by Sauron back in the day, so she's been trying to hunt him down. Okay. And nobody really believes her, but she's still like pushing on the search through the snow, risking people's lives, being real mean to everyone, and they're gonna get attacked by an ice troll. Oh no. Yeah, this thing's super strong. It's taking out elves, but then Galadriel is so strong, she takes this thing out with no problem at all. Oh. Yeah, she's so good, it's not even a danger for her. She was never in danger at all. That's kind of... So the main character's never in any danger? Never, because she's so good. Not super exciting, actually. Not a danger on her horizon. Nothing's a threat for her. All right. Anyway, so the other elves are like, okay, we'll stop putting us in danger, and they put her on a ship to Valinor. Stop. And so they're basically sending her there to get rid of her. Oh, so what does she do? Well, just as they're getting there, she decides to jump off the ship into the water. Is she planning to swim back to Middle-earth? Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah. Oh my god, you're serious. She's Galadriel. She can do anything. Right, okay. And then as she's swimming back, she's gonna come across some shipwrecked people, including this one guy, Halbrand. And what's his deal? Oh, well, he and Galadriel are gonna kind of team up throughout the season, but then at the end of the season, there's gonna be this big reveal that he's actually Sauron. So while swimming across an ocean, Galadriel just happened to run into the evil being she's been looking for. Yes. That works. Oh my god, so eventually they end up at this place called Numenor. And what happens there? Well, she tries to convince the Queen Regent to give her a ship to go back to Middle-earth. Oh, she's got to do some diplomatic relations, huh? How does she handle that? With massive disrespect. Oh. You'll see, sir, this isn't the Galadriel we know from the Lord of the Rings movie. She's still young and immature. Right, okay. She's only a couple thousand years old at this point. Anyway, also during this season, we're gonna follow these little creatures called the Harfoots, and they're gonna find this really tall magical man who fell from the sky. A tall magical man, huh? And he's got a beard and long hair and a long robe. So he's Gandalf. Yeah. No?
Was it not?
That's definitely Gandalf, though, right? Okay, well, sir, it's going to be kind of a big reveal later. Obviously, being Gandalf is tight. It's going to be a big mystery, sir. No, it's not. Okay, so anyway, the Harfoots that are taking care of this tall magic man, they're very loving and wholesome. Oh, that's nice. Unless you become a minor inconvenience to them, in which case they will leave you to die. Oh, my god. Oh, and also at the beginning of the season, these orcs are going to be digging tunnels. Like for fun? No, they're up to something. Oh. And they're going to end up attacking this freaking village in the Southlands. Are the villagers gonna fight? A lot of them are, yeah, because 2 or 3 times per episode, somebody stands up and gives an inspirational speech. Kind of a lot of speeches. It is a lot of speeches. But what, are we supposed to just stand around and not listen to a bunch of speeches? No! Today is when we take our stand. What are you even talking about? I don't even know. I've written so many of those, my brain is basically mush at this point. Anyway, this village is gonna get massacred by orcs. Jeez. Yeah, but luckily Galadriel spent 3 episodes begging the queen for an army, so they sweep in and save the day. How'd they know where and when to show up? Hey, shut up. So then Galadriel is gonna present that Halbrand guy to the villagers and be like, by the way, this is the king of the Southland. So they're all like, oh my god, we have a king? That's great. They're all just super happy. They don't have any questions about that. That's right. What did she say this guy's king anyway? Because he had this little royal emblem thing on him, but he says he got it off a dead guy. That's pretty suspicious. No, it's not, so everyone's on board with him being king. All right. Anyway, then this bad villager dude is gonna shove this magical sword into a giant Rube Goldberg machine that breaks a dam that fills up the orc tunnels with water, which makes a big volcano go off. What? Yeah, that just happened. Why is that a thing? And then freaking volcanic ash just swoops down and covers up the village, and Galadriel just stands there. Man, it's gonna be tough for people to survive that. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, all the important characters just kind of survive. They do get covered in ash, let me tell you. But very dirty people. A lot of cleanup they gotta do. Pyroclastic flows almost 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Right, yeah, no, right, that's pretty hot. I should mention that queen lady does go blind. Oh, I guess her eyes were open? I guess so. So she's like, I don't want people to know that I'm blind, so she puts a big red cloth over her eyes. Smooth move, yeah, that'll do it. Anyway, so then it turns out that was the birth of Mordor. Oh, how are we gonna show that? The on-screen title is gonna change to Mordor. That works. Oh, and another thing that's going on throughout the season is that Elrond, he's from the Matrix movies. That's kind of correct, sir. Anyway, he's trying to get some info out of his dwarf friend, this guy Prince Durin. And what's he trying to get? Well, he's trying to find out what the dwarves are mining, and it turns out it's this stuff called mithril. Okay. But Durin makes Elrond take an oath that he's not gonna tell anyone about this. Oh, sounds pretty serious. Yeah, very serious. But then Elrond's boss is gonna be like, hey, are they mining that stuff? And he's gonna be like, I can't tell you, I took an oath. I mean, that pretty much confirms it, doesn't it? Oh, 100%, yeah, it does. Anyway, the elves need this stuff or they're gonna die. Why? Because they'll die if they don't get it. Oh, all right. So then they get a little piece of it and they want to make it into some rings. Oh boy, very important little circles. And Halbrand's gonna suggest to Celebrimbor, one of the best craftsmen in the world, that he could combine some metals together to make the stuff stronger. He's the best in the world and he hadn't thought of that? That's what we're going with. Well, okay then. So then they make the Rings of Power. Oh, wow. Wow. And then Galadriel's gonna figure out that guy is Sauron and confront him. Oh, so he kills her? He kind of yells and takes off to Mordor, actually. Why? For season 2, I guess. I don't know. Got it. Oh, and those little Harfoots are finally gonna get confirmation that the tall stranger is good. How do they find that out? He's gonna be like, I am good. That'll do it. And so, yeah, that's about it. What do you think? Well, I have to say, it's a very recognizable brand name. Sure is, sir. So let's just make sure we make it in a way everybody's gonna love. Absolutely, sir. Or we just throw a bunch of money at it and hope it works out. Oh, that sounds easier. Let's do that.
1 billion. Watching that, did that make you like it or dislike it more?
No, it doesn't, because, I mean, we always say he could watch your favourite movie and pick a hole in it, you know what I mean? Because that's kind of the point. But, I mean, I think the show itself, it leaves itself open to that, but I still enjoyed it. I still liked it.
Did you know it was Sauron?
Yeah, early on I thought it was Sauron. Yeah,
why?
I just thought...
It was quite obvious.
He was really suspicious. There was like one scene, like 4th, 5th episode, he's just like beating people to death and stuff. He's like, he's definitely Sauron.
So what happens at the very end? He just goes back. He just goes to Mordor.
Yeah.
The volcano was just built.
Yeah.
Okay. Was his ring built then? No.
No, not yet. No. Season 2, mate.
So is that him? Like, is that him normal form? Is that him in disguise?
Isn't Sauron like some sort of vapor thing or something? So
I thought he used to be an elf.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But he's like posing as a human.
Oh, is he going to be human in that there?
Yeah.
Oh, so he must be posing it because he's an elf in it. Yeah, I didn't.
You didn't watch it though?
Well, that's 3 episodes. That was enough.
They're long. Like it did look amazing though.
It did, yeah. And I remember the first episode was quite good. It kind of explained, like, he called it Sauron's master.
I remember. But they don't have the rights for all that stuff.
Yeah, but they mentioned it really quick. I mean, I remember, like, I watched the...
Morgoth, isn't it?
Morgoth, I think it is. And it kind of mentioned him for a bit. That's amazing, but they kind of just went past him really quick. I mean, that's interesting. They don't have the rights to it.
They don't have the rights to it. Yeah.
I had the right to Lord of the Rings, though.
I know, but they didn't have the rights to his whole... Like, isn't it made of that book?
There's a certain book in it.
Yeah, and they didn't have the rights for all of it. That's so you hear. I don't know who the fuck knows. But yeah, I liked it.
Anyway, that was our reaction to Pitch Meeting, the Rings of Power. Let us know what you think in the comments below of the Pitch Meeting and the TV show itself. Cheers.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment and subscribe. Just to let you know, we've got similar content available on the channel if you want to check it out.
We also do our own podcast called MCPodcasting, where we cover a range of topics from politics, sports and even movies.
We basically just talk a lot of shit.
We argue a lot as well on it there, but all the links are below. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, iTunes, and is there any other?
That's the main ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the main ones.
Just check out the podcast, and if there's any sort of videos you want us to react to, drop us a comment on the YouTube videos, and we'll be sure to check it out.
Or if you want to make fun of us, then go ahead. We don't care.
Be nice.
Be nice.
In fairness, we don't really get that many comments.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Stop looking at me.
Okay.